Um, Walmart are haters. I do have some other videos that I need to make to update everybody, but I just want to talk about real quick that Walmart discriminates against poor people. I just want to show Walmart this thing that I got. I cleaned a lady's house yesterday, and I got this nice Shaw thing. It was part of my payment. I made over $100, and I've also put probably over $100 worth of merchandise on on Facebook to try to make more money. But Walmart likes to do this thing. Since they discriminate against the poor, they do this thing nationwide where they put items on their clearance rack, and then, sorry, I have someone calling me. They put items on their clearance rack, or what they did last time over here at this Walmart on, oh my, is that 34th and it's just that 34th and Canyon E-Way. It's right next to the Amarillo Motel over there. And they have these Shaws set up that they say are for $3. And they're real light colored Shaws that would have been really beneficial for me to use, especially during my first month here in Texas when I didn't have really any clothes or anything, not really any way to block the sunlight. I did bring a hat with me that I bought in Illinois. I did have an umbrella. I've walked around with a blue umbrella over me for like the last month. But while I was at Walmart, I found these Shaws that showed that they were $3. There was a small collection of them that were $3 each, and then there was another collection of them that were nearly $20 or $15 or whatever stupid price that Walmart thinks that they need to charge us for those items. And those Shaws sat on that shelf for $3. I walked by them several times over the course of a couple weeks, and then I thought, you know what, I bet they're not really $3, because they'll do this thing where they have these items marked down like this, and women would have already bought all of these if they were really for $3. So I know that this is some kind of discriminatory attack on the poor people, which is the same thing that I've seen in other Walmarts across the country. So, I was brave that day, and I took one of those that was supposed to be a $3 Shaw that was really nice. It looked more like, hang on, let me find it. There may be more like, not like towels, but just something like long. It would have been a way that I could have prevented sunburn, things like that out here, where temperatures reach emergency extremes and it's very bright and sunny outside. I could have used, one of those items from there, but what happened was I took what was supposed to be $3, and it was on an entire rack next to another rack of the same thing, and there was a price tag where something had been marked out the way that they do for their little printout tags, and it said $3 in red. Okay, so it suggests that this item was formerly more expensive and has now been marked down. But whenever I took it up front to scan it and to pay for it, I was met with someone acting like I was trying to steal. Yeah, and I couldn't buy that item because they couldn't tell me how much it was. Okay, and yeah. So that was a setup already. I recognized it as a setup. I recognized that no one had been buying the item, or if they had been trying, that the item just keeps being returned. Now that dude is texting me. God. Okay, and another thing that they'll do is they'll have all these items on a clearance rack. Okay, I've been in Texas for over a month. I had two shirts, this one and a really thick black one that I didn't like. and I had one dress that was spaghetti strap. And what I've needed this entire time is just a sleeveless shirt. Any kind of other spaghetti strap or sleeveless shirt, which is generally worth about $1 or $2 at Walmart's. But as I went and I looked on the clearance shelf and on the clearance racks all month for a sleeveless shirt or a spaghetti strap shirt, when I would find them, they wouldn't have any markings on them. They wouldn't have any price tags. And this is the second or third time that I've been through this. And I would take the item up front, and they would act like they couldn't identify what it was worth, or they'll use their Google Lens thing and they'll search for it, and then they'll tell me what the item's original price is for Walmart, even though I found the item on a clearance rack without tags. And Walmarts all across the nation, they like to set their clearance racks up, especially for the girls' clothes, to make sure that the women, the poor women, the trafficking victims, the homeless women, the women who are in poverty, the women who are really struggling and need those clothes, the women and teenagers, that they're not able to go into a Walmart, go to the clearance racks, and actually get a price on the items there that are made available to them. And this is a very bold, blatant, outright discrimination against the poor people, the homeless, and the trafficking victims here in the United States. It's absolutely disgusting. I deal with it state after state after state out here. And I will be, I'm not even somebody who has money all the time. I have to really put in the extra work to make money or to get money, because I'm not allowed to have a driver's license as a slave. So whenever I actually have money and I'm willing to spend it at your store, that should mean something to you, but it doesn't, because you have all of these other people who are middle class and above, who buy your shit too. And that means that the poor people and the homeless people and the trafficking victims and, you know, anyone who's in poverty, they don't have access to your clearance items. And many of the women who aren't in poverty go to purchase these items that are on clearance, and they're overcharged for them. Yeah, they're charged the original price of the item, or I'm not sure how they're charging for those items at all. You're literally just setting the items up. They don't have any tags on them. They don't have price tags. They don't have barcodes, nothing. And they're just supposed to sit there until someone throws them away, because there's no way for us to purchase them. It's a really fucking retarded system, and it is discrimination against those in poverty. All right, thanks and God bless.